Hello all, welcome to NSA Maths. So today we are going to start unit number 4 of the subject vector calculus and differential equation. Our unit number 4 is series solution of differential equation. Now what are the syllabus content? So we are going to learn in this unit the linear differential equation with variable coefficients, as we already learned the linear differential equation with constant coefficients in previous unit. Now in this unit we are going to learn the linear differential equation with variable coefficients. Also we are going to learn solution about ordinary point, then solution about the singular point, that is called Frobenius method. Then we are going to learn the series solution of Bessel's equation and series solution of Legendre's equations. So these are the syllabus contents. Then what are the outcomes? Why we are going to learn this unit? So after learning this unit, learners will be able to understand the difference between linear differential equation with constant coefficients and linear differential equation with variable coefficients. Then also the learners will be able to find the solution of linear differential equation with variable coefficients using power series solution. Apply power series method to find the solution of Bessel's and Legendre's equation. So these are the learning outcomes. Then the actual topic. In last unit we have solved linear differential equation with constant coefficients, but in many physical problems we need a linear differential equation with variable coefficient. So let us consider second order linear differential equation with variable coefficients. Suppose this is equation 1, it is a linear differential equation, second order linear differential equation with the coefficients p0 of x, p1 of x and p2 of x. These are variables, these are the polynomials in x. Now we have to find the series solution of this equation number 1, that is second order differential equation. So that series solution, this method is called the power series method. Then let's understand the concept of power series. What is power series? So the summation k varies from 0 to infinity ak x minus x0 raised to k. That can be written as when k is equals to 1. So here this ak, it becomes a0 into x minus x0 raised to 0 power, so that is 1. So we will get a0 first term, constant term. Then when you put k is equals to 1, then we will get second term, that is a1 into x minus x0. When you put k equals to 2, you will get the third term, that is a2 into x minus x0 bracket square plus dot 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 so on. Here this a0, a1, a2 dot 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 up to ak, so these are all are constant terms. Also this x0, it is also the constant term, and this x0 is called the center of the series. Now if the value of x0, value of this x0 is equals to 0, then this equation, this series can be written, or this series will be simplified as summation k varies from 0 to infinity ak into this x0, value of x0 is 0, so you will get x raised to k here, is equals to this a0 as it is, plus a1 into x, this value of x0 is 0, so you will get here a1x plus a2x square plus dot dot dot. So this is called the power series in powers of x. Then when the solution of this power series exists, so the existence of power series solution. Now again consider this second degree linear differential equation with variable coefficients. Now this second degree equation has a power series solution if this p0 of x, p1 of x and p2 of x has power series representation. That means the coefficient of d square y by dx square, coefficient of dy by dx, that is p1 of x, and coefficient of y, that is p2 of x. So these are functions of x. So if these functions of x has a power series representation, then we say that this equation 1 has power series solution. Now, so this equation number 1 can be rewrite. That means we can make the coefficient of d square y by dx square as a 1 by dividing whole equation by p0 of x. So we will get d square y by dx square plus p1 of x upon p0 of x dy by dx plus p2 of x upon p0 of x into y equals to 0. After rewriting equation number 1, you will get equation number 2. Now, there are some conditions on this p0 of x, because this p0 of x is present in the denominator, and if this p0 of x becomes 0, that means this whole term becomes infinite, this also becomes infinite. So it never be infinite. That means there are some conditions on this p0 of x. So depending on these conditions, we have some definitions. So the first definition, the ordinary point. So point x is equals to 0 is called ordinary point of this equation number 2. X is equals to 0 is called the ordinary point of this equation number 2 if value of p0 of 0 is not equals to 0. That means this denominator and this denominator, when you put x is equals to 0, then value of p0 of 0 is not equals to 0. So that x is equals to 0 point is called, this point is called ordinary point. Then what is singular point? If x is equals to 0 is called ordinary point of equation 2 if p0 of 0 is called here singular point. This word is actually wrong. So what is singular point? If x is equals to 0 or the point x is equals to 0 is called here singular point. Singular point of equation 2 if value of p0 of 0 is equals to 0. That means if this denominator becomes 0 at x is equals to 0, then x is equals to 0 is called a singular point. Now if x is equals to 0 is singular point, we can check whether this is a regular singular point or not. So for that we have to just multiply coefficient of dy by dx, that is p1 of x by p0 of x by x. You have to multiply here by x and take a limit x tends to 0. So after taking limit, we will get a finite term. And also if we multiply this coefficient of y, that is p2 of x upon p0 of x by x square, that means x square into this p2 of x by p0 of x. This limit is finite. Limit x tends to 0, it is again finite. So we can say that this point x is equals to 0 is a regular singular point. That means if limit x tends to 0, x into p1 of x upon p0 of x is finite, and limit x square p1 of x upon p0 of x is finite. That means if we multiply coefficient of dy by dx by x and take limit x tends to 0, this term must be finite, and multiply coefficient of y, that is p1 of x upon p0 of x by x square and take a limit x tends to 0. If these terms are finite, then that x is equals to 0 at singular point is called a regular singular point. Then next one is note, if x is equals to 0 is ordinary point of equation 2, then every solution of equation 2 can be expressed as a series of the form y is equals to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus dot dot dot. In short, we can write summation k varies from 0 to infinity ak x to k. That means x is equals to 0 if it is a regular singular point, then we can write a series solution of this form. And if x is equals to 0 is not a ordinary point, if x is equals to 0 is not an ordinary point, it is a singular point, or you can say it is a regular singular point, then our series solution can be written as y is equals to summation x raised to k plus r. Now this summation is varies from k equals to 0 to infinity, so we can take this x raised to r outside, so x raised to r into summation x raised to k. We can write our series solution as this form if our x is equals to 0 is regular singular point, and if x is equals to 0 is ordinary point, then we can write this series solution in the form of summation ak x raised to k. Here r, the value of r may be it is positive, negative or fraction, that means it is a real number. Then the procedure for finding the series solution if the x is equals to 0 is ordinary point. So first of all, while starting the solution, always we have to check whether this x is equals to 0 is ordinary point or singular point. So you have to check whether p0 of 0 is 0 or not equals to 0. Now if p0 of 0 is not equals to 0, that means we can say that x is equals to 0 is ordinary point. And now if x is equals to 0 is ordinary point, then we can write the solution in the form y is equals to summation k varies from 0 to infinity ak x raised to k. Now we just consider the solution in this form y is equals to ak x raised to k. Now we have to just calculate the value of ak coefficient so that we will get the original coefficient. So to calculate this value of ak, the coefficient or constant term, we have to find the solution of this equation number 2, that means this equation. So we have to calculate the value of, from that y we have to calculate the value of dy by dx and d square y by dx square. So calculating dy by dx, here value of dy by dx is taking derivative of this y, so summation as it is, ak as it is, and derivative of x raised to k is k into x raised to k minus 1. Now if you look at the power of x, it is k minus 1, that's why here k varies from 1 to infinity. In the original term in y, k varies from 0 to infinity, so that the power series, the power of x is always greater than equals to 0. We are starting from k equals to 0, so here power of x is 0, then power of x is 1, power of x is 2, like that here. Now to maintain similar thing here, power of x is always greater than equals to 0, we have to start here k from 1 to infinity. So when k equals to 1, here power of x is x raised to 1 minus 1, that is 0. When k equals to 2, power of x is 1, like that. Then second derivative d square y by dx square, summation k as it is, ak as it is, this k as it is, and ak is also as it is, and derivative of x raised to k minus 1 is k minus 1 into x raised to k minus 2. Again here we have to maintain the power of x as greater than equals to 0, so k varies from 2 to infinity. Now put the value of y, dy by dx and d square y by dx square in our equation number 2, which is equation number 2, p0 that is d square y by dx square plus p1 of x upon p0 of x dy by dx plus p2 of x upon p0 of x into y equals to 0. That is equation number 2. We have to put all these value y, dy by dx and d square y by dx square in that equation. After putting these values in that equation and simplifying, we will get a series. So in that series, the terms of constant terms are there, The terms of x are there, terms of x square are there, terms of x cube, terms of x raised to 4, like that. So all these terms are present, and our equation's right hand side is 0. If you look at this equation, equation number 2, right hand side is 0, and left hand side you will get a series form. After putting y dy by dx and d square y by dx square, left hand side you will get series form and right hand side is 0. That means we can compare this series with right hand side, that is with 0. So we can equate the coefficient of various terms of x or various coefficients of x. That means we can equate the constant term to 0, we can equate coefficient of x to 0, we can equate coefficient of x square to 0, we can equate coefficient of x cube to 0, similarly for all these terms. And find out the values of a2, a3, a4, a5, all these constant in terms of a0 and a1. We have to find by equating the coefficient of constant term, equating the coefficient of x square, coefficient of x cube, dot 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 to 0. We have to find the values of a2 and a3, a2, a3, a4, dot 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 in terms of a0 and a1, that is first two constant. Also we have to equate the coefficient of x is to n to 0. We have to also equate the coefficient of x is to n to 0, and we will get the some recurrence relation or some relation. So that relation is called recurrence relation. Now from this relation also we can find the values of a2, a3, dot 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 an in terms of a0 and a1. So after finding all these coefficients a2, a3, a4, dot 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 up to an in terms of a0 and a1, put in the given solution. That means y is equals to ak x is to k, summation ak x is to k. So we will get here all the terms having coefficients in terms of a0 and a1. Now collect the terms of a0 and collect the terms of a1. So we will get y is equals to a0 into some function of x, call it as a phi of x, and plus a1 into some function of it x, that is called psi of x. So this is our general solution. And also we know that since we are solving here second order linear differential equations, so for second order linear differential equations in general solution there are two constants. So here in general solution you will get the two constant a0 and a1. So these are the two constants. So this is our final solution where phi of x and psi of x are in series form. Now this procedure we will see detailed while solving the examples, and you will also get understand this procedure of finding the solution while solving the examples. So this is all about the theory. In the next video we will learn how to solve the examples for the ordinary points by using power series method. Thank you.